I don't know who need to hear this, but the life that you live is not your own. It is God's. Why? Because God created us with intentionality. God does everything on purpose and for a purpose. When God created us, God knew the plans he had for us. This is why a lot of times when we're not living for Christ, everything in our life seems to go wrong. It may go good for a while, but then everything just starts to crumble. You start feeling overwhelmed. You start feeling exhausted. You start feeling like you've been doing something, like maybe you've been in a career that doesn't satisfy you. Like everything starts to just deconstruct, if that makes sense. And reason being is because the life that you're living is not your own. God specifically created us for a purpose, and that purpose came with a plan. Whatever plan that is up for God, but it is important for us to follow through with that plan that God has for us. We may not understand it at first. Once we begin to move and get into position for the plans that God has for us, everything will start to make sense. You will start to feel better. You will be at peace. You will be more trusting of God. You will have more faith. Like, your whole life will do a complete 360. And I'm speaking from experience when I say this, because there were a lot of things in my life, even now, that I try to fight God on. Like, like I be like, no, God. He'd be like, okay, I'm gonna show you. He did multiple times. And I've just gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, Lord, like, this life that I live is not mine. I lay it at your feet. So do what you will. And here I am, y'all. So remember, the life that you live is not your own. Give your life over to God and let God lead you to where he wants you to be, to where he has planned for you to be. And I promise you, your life will just be so much better. You will have that peace that you always wanted. You will be assured of whatever it is that you're doing. You won't feel confused. You won't feel frustrated, overwhelmed. You will have so much joy in your life. Like, everything will begin to be restored. Everything that you thought you lost, God will restore it and add more. So if you feeling like your life is in shambles, talk to God, because God may be trying to tell you that, okay, you had enough fun. I gave you all the time you need to do what you want. Now I need you for this purpose, for such a time like this. I need you to come on back home. That's probably what God is telling you if you're feeling overwhelmed and just like your life isn't making any sense anymore. So talk to God. Pray tonight and ask God, hey, like, what is it that you have for me? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, just talk to God. Be honest, be open, be vulnerable, and let God know, like, nothing ain't working out. I need you. What you need me to do? And he will tell you exactly what he needs you to do. So talk to God, y'all.